I did a house clearing for a friend the other day, and they had this big stone, like a giant stone crystal, in the centre of their lounge, on the main table of their lounge. So this is like in the centre of their home where they spend a lot of time. While I was doing the clearing, I just was called to look at this crystal and do a clearing on the crystal. So I connected to the crystal, asked it if it was okay to start doing a cleanse and clear, and it did say it was. So I started transmuting all the negative energy and bringing in light, and it was like, oh, this feels nice, like really loving it. And then as I carried on doing it, I could see that there was this black web, almost like these black fingers, that was reaching into a crack in the crystal's surface, and the energy had gone right the way into the crack, like deep into the crystal, and it was basically an attachment, a wayward spirit. You can get different types of attachments through objects. So if you think about when people donate their clothes to you, or they'll hand you down a load of items when people pass away, or just if someone gives you a gift, if someone touches your crystals, the objects, they all hold an energy, but they can also pick up and carry the energy of the place they were in, or they can get attachments, entities and things like that. I saw it was a wayward spirit. It wasn't like anything particularly negative. It was basically a spirit that had lost its way, and it had seen the light of the crystal, and it tried to get inside the crystal to basically charge off the crystal's light. Often with wayward spirits, they're just basically spirits that have got lost on the earth plane, and so they see light and they are drawn to it because they aren't really sure where they're meant to go. So I was able to help the wayward detach from the crystal and find its own way up back into the light, back up to heaven. And I also plugged the crystal back into God and also grounded it into the earth, and as soon as I plugged it back into God, it shot up. The spirit in the crystal, the soul, it just shot up and left. It left the crystal and went up to God, and it was like it had been there for so long. It was like such a big old rock stone crystal that had been here for thousands of years. It was just ready to leave the earth plane now and go. So then I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Will the stone or the crystal just kind of break apart and disintegrate? What's going to happen once the soul's gone and left the crystal? So the wayward spirit was gone, the soul had left the crystal. I was like, oh, what's going to happen? But I'd basically cleansed and cleaned and charged the crystal. And when I tuned back in a few days later, there was like a really beautiful angelic higher light in there, like almost like a fairy or an elemental, but a really high one, a still one. And it allowed the space for the clearing for a really high, beautiful light and new soul to come in and enjoy the life of this crystal in this house, clearing and keeping the good energy and charging the whole house with a better light than what it had previously.